Colombia and Uruguay. It is game day 2 here in Group B. Both Uruguay and Brazil picking up wins on game day 1. Remember, this is the first qualification window, and this is what it looks like today on game day 2. As you see, we've got Colombia, Uruguay now, and then this group will be closed out for this qualification window later today when Chile take on Brazil. This is the first of 6 qualification windows as teams across the world try to make it through to the FIBA World Cup in Asia in 2023. For Uruguay, well, they haven't been to a World Cup since 1986 when they finished 18th. They're ranked 40th in the world, 9th in the Americas, and the minimum expectation is that they make it through to the second round of the qualifiers. That's externally. I imagine for this team, they're expecting to make it through to the World Cup. Definitely some young talent coming through the ranks that can help them qualify. However, in yesterday's game, they leaned heavily on their perimeter offense against Colombia. Almost half of their points coming from 3. The game yesterday against Colombia certainly wasn't a easy walk in the park. The Colombian team put up a fair bit of struggle. They've only qualified for 1 World Cup in their history. That was in 1982. They qualified as hosts. They finished 7th in that one. They're ranked 14th in the Americas region, so the form book would suggest they're outsiders for qualification. However, they've brought together a well-balanced roster with some key players who are now in the prime of their careers. They want to push a little bit harder than they did yesterday, and maybe they can cause the upset here in Buenos Aires and claim the win against Uruguay. They only lost by 8 yesterday. Can they go one step further today? We're going to have a break in commentary now, as we'll have the national anthems for both teams. First will be Uruguay, and then we will have the national anthem for Colombia.
A continuación, por favor, nos ponemos de pie para escuchar el himno nacional de Uruguay. Permanecemos de pie y a continuación escuchamos las estrofas del himno nacional de Colombia.
The scene is set perfectly for this huge FIBA Basketball World Cup 2023 qualifier. Colombia taking on Uruguay. Second time in 2 days that they've gone head-to-head. Yesterday, Uruguay came out 83-75 winners. Here are our officials for this evening's game. We have Omar Bermudez, Christian Perez Artiega, Ariel Daniela Molina from Mexico, Ecuador, and Argentina, respectively. Strong officiating crew for us again here this evening as the teams enter their final warm-up preparations for Uruguay. You have to look at yesterday, and Brian Angola had a ridiculous performance. 37 points, shooting 46% from outside. If they're to win through, more players will have to step up tonight. Look out for Trocha to help out in the front court, and Atencia should be controlling things from the point, but I'm sure they will look... Sorry, for Colombia, I'm sure they will look for more points from him tonight as well. As for Uruguay, Fittipaldo kind of took their mantle, took their lead, showed his class, put up 31 points last night. The undersized guard has been causing problems, though, for defenses around the world from years now. Here's the starting five for Uruguay: Ducas, Vidal, Fittipaldo, Ceres, and Batista. Some very, very well-known names in that five, in particular Fittipaldo and Batista. Plenty of talent on the bench as well. Calfani and Waxman, two names that jump out for you there. And the youngster Ubal. Be interesting to see how he plays today as well. Coach Maniano, one of the most respected coaches in the world, a FIBA Hall of Fame coach. What more can you say about him? He really has been there, done that as a coach. Pretty much won everything there is to win. And now he has the challenge of trying to get Uruguay to their first World Cup since 1986. Here's the starting five for Colombia. We have Trocha, Jackson, Atencia, the standout player from yesterday, Angola, and Ibargüen. Expect to see more from Trocha and Atencia tonight. Didn't have huge nights last night. And if Colombia are going to come away with the surprise win, that'll be important. Coach Moreno, well, he has a very suitable nickname, the wise man of basketball. And if he's going to get the win here today, he'll have to use every single gram of wise that he has and put that on the floor for his team. I'm sure he's got his team ready to go. And they've been preparing over the night, breaking down the game tape, no doubt, from yesterday's game. And they'll have found ways to improve on both ends of the floor. And they're going to need to if they're going to come away with the win. Just moments away now from the opening tip here in Buenos Aires, the wonderful city playing host to this window for both Group A and Group B in the Americas region of the World Cup qualifiers. Coach Moreno getting some last words into his team before we have our opening tip. And let me take this opportunity to give you the heads up. Best way to keep up to date with all the World Cup qualification action that's taking place across the world right now is through the World Cup app. Available on iOS and Android. Just get your phones out now. Get the FIBA World Cup Qualifiers app downloaded. You'll get tons of stuff for free on that app. You can follow the box score live as we progress through our game today. There's loads of interviews. You'll see the post-match press conferences, tons of video highlights. Literally the must-have for any fan of international basketball. As we see the Uruguay huddle break, and their five will come to the floor. As Coach Maniano looks to bring together another master plan to take a team to international success. Final stages of the warm-up as the players' minds fully lock in on the game.
Número 8, Michael Jackson. Con el número 2, Tony Trocha. Bienvenidos una vez más al partido clasificatorio de la Copa del Mundo de baloncesto FIBA 2023 entre Colombia.
So this will be the last game of the qualification window for these two teams. Two further qualification windows in the first round. They'll take place in February and over the weekend that crosses over between June and July next year. But both these teams know that the game is important for Uruguay. They want to come out of this first qualification window with the perfect 2-0 record. For Colombia, that really puts them on the back foot if they leave this window without a win to their name. And maybe not a mountain to climb, but certainly a rather large hill to climb if they leave without the win. Action underway here in Buenos Aires. Game day 2. Colombia taking on Uruguay in the World Cup 2023 qualifiers. Uruguay won the matchup yesterday. Will history repeat itself today, or will Colombia cause the shock? Into the corner, jumper goes up. That one's off target, but almost dropped out of bounds by Jackson. Atencia now goes down into the low post. Colombia looking to go to work. That's a strong move in the low post from Trocha. Scored 9 and grabbed 7 rebounds yesterday. We're expecting even more from him today. Fittipaldo. Oh, and he's picked up where he left off. Fittipaldo had 31, shooting 46% from outside in yesterday's meeting. Oh, and the shot is good from Angola. He looks like he's ready to go again. He had 37. The Ike player making the trip all the way from Europe to support his country. Oh, and the pass inside is off the foot. Almost got it inside to Ducas, but slightly off target. Let's see a replay of the Fittipaldo jumper. Beautiful form. And the score is good. Strong move inside. Atencia, though, off target. And Uruguay will look to put some pace behind it. Colombia's transition defense holds up, though. Batista, the easy score for Ceres. Uruguay with a 2-point lead. Ball moved into the corner. Fittipaldo now feeds Batista. Such a familiar face for anyone that's watched Uruguayan basketball over the last, well, numerous years now. Batista kicks it out. Shot goes up and is good. Ducas gets the score. Takes his tally already to 5 points, 2 from 2 from the field for Ducas. Shot is no good. Batista bats the ball into the hands of Vidal. Foul's going to be called on Jackson. Certainly a brisk start to the game for both teams. We're over 3 minutes in already. Both teams looking to try and get the ball up the floor nice and quickly, initiate their offenses early. That's a sign of two teams that are pretty confident. The pass from Batista is smart but not well executed. Angola kicks it out. Trocha. A little bit too heavy with that attempt. Vidal to Fittipaldo. He can't get it to go either. And both of these teams are quite happy to take shots early in the shot clock. Jackson, catch and shoot from the wing. Most teams overshooting the ball at the moment. There's the pass inside to Trocha. He's fouled by Batista. Trocha will head to the line for 2 free throws. Wasn't able to connect at all in yesterday's game from the free throw line, Trocha. Yeah, there's the foul. Easy call for the officials. Connects with the first of his 2. Takes his personal tally up to 3. Just one of 2 players that have scored so far for Colombia in the first just shy of 4 minutes in this game. It's the second as well. Fittipaldo being double teamed. He's almost got himself hemmed in. He splits the defenders and steps through with the pass though. Batista comes across to set the screen. Fittipaldo's got the mismatch he wanted. Oh, the pass around the corner from Ceres wasn't the wisest of passes. Space really wasn't there. Three and a half seconds on the shot clock for Uruguay to work with. Ball inbound. Oh, would have been an easy score. Should have been an easy score for Dukas. Maybe too easy. That's what put him off. There's the pass. The backdoor cut, though, was quickly shut. Atencia now feeds the low post to Trocha. Back in his way, too. Defense stays with it. Makes it a tough shot. Oh, the follow from Angola just slightly mistimed. Let's wait for the call. Oh, bodies absolutely everywhere. I think it's going to be an offensive foul called on Emiliano Ceres. Yeah, his first foul of the game. Let's see the defense. Yeah, Atencia makes the stand, reads it well. He knows that Ceres isn't going to stop. It's a brave move, giving up 21 centimeters, and I'd hate to think how many kgs in that battle. Ansel Atencia taking the charge. Hands it off. Angola. Oh, in and out with that attempt. Vidal now brings it back the other way. And both these teams realize the others want to play transition, so they're having to work hard with their transition defense as well. Yeah, foul's going to be called. Atencia clearly fouling in the low post. With all the switching, he'd been left with an unbelievable mismatch that there was no way he was going to be able to guard. So that'll be a baseline ball. Second team foul of the quarter for Colombia. Fittipaldo now sees the ball at the top. Uruguay up by 3 at the halfway stage of this first quarter. Stolen away though, Trocha. Good quick hands. Almost eyes in the back of his head to get hold of that one. That one's been tied up after good defensive work from Fittipaldo. Possession arrow points in favor of Colombia though, so Colombia will hold on to possession. Atencia heads to the bench. Timeout has been called. 4:46 remaining in the first quarter. Uruguay 10, Colombia 7. Relatively tentative start from both of these teams. Neither team finding their flow offensively. Let's see if we can jump into this huddle now for Colombia, listening to Coach Moreno.
Necesitamos entender qué es lo que pasa. El flan no salió, lo hicimos una vez, erramos al lado del aro. Ok, seguramente ya saben que buen bloqueo en la subida. Buen bloqueo en la subida para jugar el doble. Buen bloqueo. Hagan lo mismo, el pick and roll. Le da respuesta a todo.
And as you would expect for a team that's only scored 7 points at the halfway stage of a quarter, offense was the focus of Coach Moreno's time out there. And I'm certainly not fluent, but I don't think it takes fluency to understand he's asking for his team to work harder on the pick and roll to create the mismatches that they require. Let's see if they take his guidance and change things up offensively. Here's the pick and roll. Not taking it this time. Will they take it on the second handoff? Well, that's a poor pass from Atencia. He's got it back, though. Takes the shot from the corner. It's only a 2. Oh, the follow was almost huge from Trocha. He's fouled, though, so he'll head to the free throw line for more free throws. Let's have a look at the replay. He's timed his run well. He's timed his leap well, but picks up the foul from Ceres. That's Ceres' second foul. This is the first of his 2 free throws, though. Leading scorer for Colombia so far with his 4 points. Doesn't get the second to go either. Rebound pulled down almost one-handed by Esteban Batista. Offensive foul is going to be called. It's the right call as well on Fittipaldo, I think, was it? Let's have a look what the officials think. It looked like an offensive foul on Fittipaldo. Moving screen as Vidal used it. Yeah, that's what's been called. Trocha now at the top. Comes back out to Ibargüen. Angola. Just 3 points so far tonight for Angola. Shot taken from the corner, and Trocha. I said to you he might step up today, and he certainly is stepping up. He's up to 7 points already. Only scored 9 in the 34 minutes he had in the first game. Batista, as we see players flying all over the floor to maintain possession. Vidal to Fittipaldo. That's the air ball. Batista scoops up the offensive rebound, but can't get the score, nor the second time, nor the third time. Colombia come away with it. They've tied the game at 10 apiece. Can they take the lead? Into the corner. Trocha, not another 3. Not this time. Rebound falls into the hands of Ceres. Certainly an entertaining game so far. Vidal feeds Batista. Spin move. Sweet spin move. Good ball movement. Vidal fakes the 3. Wow, almost gets a shoe in the face for his troubles. Metzger no good. And just pure bully ball from Ibargüen there. The long shot's no good. Trocha flying through the air. You just saw this yellow blur as he tried to get up with the play and launched himself towards the offensive rebound. Here's a replay of that 3 from the corner for Trocha, and it was that little pass fake that created the space he needed to get the shot away and get the score. Into the game for the first time is Perez. Fittipaldo, he hands it off now. Waxman is into the lineup for the first time tonight. Fittipaldo puts a tough shot up. Waxman grabs the rebound, rejected from behind. Doesn't get the second opportunity either. And coming the other way, Colombia get the easy score and take the lead. And Colombia certainly seem to have a little bit more guile about them, a bit more intensity today than they had yesterday. 2 minutes left to play now in the first quarter, and what a brisk, swift first quarter we've had. Waxman, foul's going to be called. Let's have a look at the replay. Jackson getting out on the finger roll off the glass for the easy 2. Other end of the floor, though, he has been called for the foul. And that will send him to the bench. Oh, easy pass inside and an easy score for Metzger. Also, Ubal, the youngster, in for the first time today for Uruguay. Oh, and the score is good from Angola. That's his second bucket of the night, up to 5 points, 2 rebounds as well already. Ubal now, part of the Barcelona program, and real high hopes for Augustin Ubal. Fakes the 3, little crossover, slides inside. Oh, no look pass to the corner, catch and shoot for Metzger, nails the 3. Uruguay reclaim their lead. And that's some smooth basketball right there from Uruguay. Atencia, step back, jumper from the free throw line, draws the foul. Let's have a look at a replay. There's your no-look pass into the corner. Metzger catches, shoots, scores. Atencia now will head to the free throw line for 2 shots. Didn't get a single trip to the free throw line in yesterday's game. Did chalk up 6 assists though. One of 7 players in this Colombian roster who ply their professional trade in the Colombian league. It's the second as well. Ubal to Waxman. Waxman's going to bring it back out. Little pick and roll in the corner. Fittipaldo almost got hemmed in. Ubal now and draws the foul from DeLuque. DeLuque really didn't want to be there. He's much happier defending the paint than he is on the perimeter, trying to guard an 18-year-old. Fittipaldo to Ubal. Certainly an intriguing first quarter, slightly low scoring. Ubal, strong move to the bucket, goes to the reverse layup, draws the foul. He'll head to the free throw line for 2 shots. Yeah, you can see the body contact that he's drawing from Almanza. Frustrated at himself, though, that he didn't quite get the spin right to work it off the glass. Although he will have a chance to score 2 from the free throw line. Shot 71% from the free throw line yesterday. And there's the jinx for you. Misses the first of his 2. Connects with the second, though, and that ties the game up at 16 apiece. 36.8 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Fittipaldo will head to the bench for the first time for a break. Into the action comes Rodriguez. In fact, it's Cabo. Atencia, the fake does what he needs it to, creates the space to hit a very delicate short-range jumper. Shot clock turned off. Uruguay will have, well, they hope they'll have the final shot of the first quarter. Ubal now, shot clock down to 3. Waxman, no good. And that will be the end of the first quarter here in Buenos Aires. 10 minutes gone. And a really interesting one. Played at a high pace. Very brisk that first quarter between Uruguay and Colombia. And slightly surprisingly, at the end of the first quarter, Colombia lead this one 18-16 over Uruguay. There are your shooting stats from that first quarter. Both teams having a little bit of success from outside. Uruguay certainly shooting a higher percentage. But the game is finally poised. Here are some of the highlight plays from that first quarter of action. And there certainly have been some highlight plays for us to dive into. For Colombia, their scoring is led by the impressive Toni Trocha. There he is handing the ball off to Angola. Trocha has 7 points. Angola has 5. And the only other player to, sorry, 2 players to register, Atencio with 4 and Jackson with 2. As for Uruguay, both Theo Metzger and Ducas both have 5 points apiece. And Fittipaldo with that single triple to his name. Relatively low scoring first half here today, considering we had an 83-75 game yesterday. We're certainly tracking below that today so far. There's the no-look pass from the Uruguayan youngster, Ubal. Expect him to be one of the stars for years and years for this Uruguayan team. So everything goes to plan. He really could light things up. Waiting for the Colombian 5 to come back onto the floor. They do so now. And if you want to stay up to date with the live stats and all of the action, there's your QR code. Get your phones out now, get that one snapped, and it'll take you where you need to go. Second quarter action underway here in Buenos Aires. World Cup qualifier, game day 2, Colombia against Uruguay. At the end of the first quarter, Colombia lead this one 18-16. Ubal, free throw line jumper, a little bit flat. Waxman works hard, but can only knock it out of bounds, so it'll be a yellow ball on the baseline. Rojas now. Pass inside to DeLuque. He's fouled. And that might have been a smart move with the power that DeLuque has once he's received the ball that low in the post. It's very tough to stop him. Rojas now moves the ball well to Amanza. Foul has been called, offensive foul, I think, or 3 seconds. That one's on DeLuque. Turnover ball. Yeah, offensive foul called. Ubal now. Both teams playing very good defense at the moment. They're covering and switching very crisply. They're trying to stay as true as they can, though. Not a huge amount of switching going on. DeLuque playing tough defense. Ubal in the corner for 3 and drains the triple. Ubal really stepping up today. He's up to 4 points now. He's only been on the floor a little over 3.5 minutes. DeLuque looking for options. Gets it to Trocha, who had a hot hand in the first quarter. Almanza, strong move to the basket, just uses brute force to get his way inside. That one's stolen away by Ubal. Gets the score, they're gonna wave it away though. Coach Magnano and all the players on the bench are saying that one should count. I think it was blown way too early for it to be a continuation. They're asking for an unsportsmanlike foul. Let's see what the officials think. They're going to go and review this one. They're going to jump onto the TV that's courtside and review the action. Certainly adds intrigue to the game. Here's the replay they'll be looking at. There's the steal from Ubal. And then we have Bachai looking to go with him. At the moment, it's being called as a regular foul. Again, another replay, different angle. It's that lean-in that you see from Gianluca Bacci. Let's see what the officials think. Doesn't look like he's making a play at the ball particularly. Let's see how they interpret it. One more look at the replay for them. Yeah, it's that right hand that pushes down almost into the thigh of Ubal. Regular foul, I think, has been given. No, an unsportsmanlike foul. The foul's been upgraded to unsportsmanlike, so Ubal will head to the free throw line, and Uruguay will gain possession as well. That one chalked up to Bachi. Ubal misses the first of the two. That makes him only 1 from 3 so far tonight. Misses a second as well. 25% from the free throw line. Certainly an area that maybe requires a little bit more attention. Uruguay lead by 1. 90 seconds pretty much gone here in the second quarter. Metzger receives it back from Ubal, catches it for the long two. Bit too much on that one, and Trocha will pull down the rebound eventually. Angola now doesn't use the screen, uses it as a bit of a misdirection, and the pass off to DeLuque as he uses all his strength to go strong in the paint for the two. Ubal with the handle for 3. No good. Waxman pulls down the rebound for Uruguay. Cabo, no good. Another rebound, though, for Uruguay. Metzger this time with the offensive board. They'll slow things down and reset it back into the hands of Ubal. Drives inside. Quick first step is enough. But that's going to be a shot clock violation. The ball didn't touch the ring, so it doesn't reset out. Cabo worked hard to get the rebound as well. Double change for Uruguay as Vidal and Fittipaldo will come in. Cabo and Ubal will come out. Atencia now up over the half, and a little bit of the energy's fallen out of this game in the second quarter. The referee review certainly took a little bit of wind out of the game as well, but that might add it back in. Pablo Rojas from the wing for 3. Fittipaldo moves it to Metzger, gets it back. He's open for the 3 himself. Not this time. Rebound into the hands of Atencia. Oh, it looks one way, goes the other, kicks it back out. Shot is up, but an air ball. What a rebound from DeLuque, and he gets the score. That is a smart play from the big man. Kept his eye on the ball the whole way. Just used his strength to force the shot up. Colombia stretched their lead out to 6. 6:51 left in this second quarter. Coach Magnano's going to call the timeout. Needs to make some changes. Let's listen to this Uruguayan huddle. And it's a smart timeout from coach Ruben Magnano. He's seeing his team starting to struggle. Colombia starting to get the scores where they want them, be it from the perimeter or be it on the inside from plays like that from Soren Deluque. He knows defensively they need to tighten things up, and offensively they need to refine their rhythm. They have reverted almost back to their starting five now. Celes is back into the action. The only difference, I think, is Waxman is in for Batista. Let's have a look at the replay. They're claiming they didn't touch. No, it did come off Celes' hands last. They're fortunate to have the possession back. Waxman now hands it back to Vidal. Fittipaldo gets the double team, almost stolen away by Rojas. Instead, it's a foul. Third team foul of the quarter for Colombia. Vidal inbounds it to Paldo. Being guarded by Atencia. Screen comes up for the Paldo, dribbles it off his own leg. Stolen away by Angola. That's going to be an unsportsmanlike foul. What a great play by Brian Angola. He's once again stepping up to the plate today. 5 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. He's earned himself an unsportsmanlike foul. He'll head to the line for 2 free throws. And Colombia will take possession. Potentially an opportunity to extend the Colombian lead out to double digits right here. Let's have a look at the replay. Yeah, mistake from Fittipaldo, and he compounds it when Angola steals it and just hooks his arm in. Angola hits the first of the 2. And the second. Colombia's lead now extended out to 8, and they'll take possession. Can Colombia hold the first double-digit lead of the game? Batista has come back into the action for Uruguay. Atencia now being overguarded. Ball's knocked away by Batista. So it'll remain Colombian ball. They've only got 4.7 seconds, though, remaining on the shot clock. Angola inside, kicks it out. Rojas for 3, off right, no good. Rebound by Batista. Almost stolen away. Fittipaldo this time controls. Fittipaldo feeds it inside to Batista. Fittipaldo open for 3, nails the 3, and there's the 1-2 punch that we've seen time and time again from Fittipaldo and Batista. The inside-out game. How many points have they put on the board for Uruguay across the years with that format of basketball? 5-point lead now for Colombia. Atencia. Rojas waiting for the screen to come up from Deluque. Got the mismatch he wants with Batista to Trocha for 3. Puts up a prayer. Deluque with a big rebound. Once again, he reads the shot exceptionally well. Drive inside. Rojas. Met by a brick wall. Foul is going to be called, though. Let's see who that's on. If it's on Celes, could be number 3. See what the officials say right now. Calfani is going to get chalked up with that foul. Didn't feature in yesterday's game, Matthias, for Calfani. Does so in this one. Rojas. It's the first of his 2 free throws from the charity stripe. Misses the second, though, so Colombian lead stays at 6. Vidal to Batista. He's going to slow it down and get Uruguay into an offense they're comfortable with. They're going to go to the two-man game again. The pick and roll on the wing. Fittipaldo feeds the low post. Takes the handoff. Batista needs to be careful, but Fittipaldo will take the big shot from the corner. Gets that one to fall. Under 5 minutes to play now in the second quarter. Colombia looking a little bit scrappy. Angola gets the shot away and is fouled. Celes picks up his third foul. Not the wisest foul. Never good to foul a jump shooter. Certainly not good to do it when you've already got 2 fouls in the first 15 minutes of the game. A little over 4.5 minutes to go, and the officials got plenty of players and coaches in their ear. I have a feeling there may be some final warnings to players and coaches very shortly. Angola back at the line again. Celes forced to the bench as Rodriguez comes in to replace him. Rodriguez, another one of those future stars for Uruguay, just 22 years of age. Actually playing on his home floor. Plays for Obras Sanitarias here in Argentina. We're just across the water. We're just across the water from Uruguay. Montevideo, the capital, is not far away. It's about an hour and a half's boat ride. Angola comes up short. He's not having the best of times from the free throw line. Waiting to see what the official has called here. I think there's a lot of chat between Angola and Batista. Let's see what the officials have come out with. Maybe a double technical foul that's been called. Let's wait to see. Yeah, technical foul on Batista. And on Angola. He hits the last of his free throws. So Colombia's lead is back out to 5. 4.5 minutes to go. Colombia now look like they've moved into almost a 2-1-2 full zone press. That falls back now into man-to-man, although there seems to be some mismatches on the floor. Fittipaldo, mid-range jumper, that's good. Certainly can't give him that much space that close to the bucket. He'll make you pay almost every time. He's already up to 11 points. Fittipaldo scored 31 in yesterday's game. Not sure we'll see another performance like that today. Trocha for 3. He's off short. Rebound pulled down by Rodriguez. Moves it to Vidal. Colombia's defense quickly back in. DeLuque, smart play yet again, and a forward-thinking pass. Easy score for Jackson. And for me, DeLuque is one of the unsung heroes, just 23 years of age, but playing with a real wise head on his shoulders right now. Batista going up against DeLuque. DeLuque tried to pull the seat on him, but didn't do it quick enough. Atencia. Little hesitation, drives inside, gets the shot away, gets the score. Vidal wanted the foul call. Both teams just need to maybe stop talking to the refs so much and concentrate on playing the game of basketball. I know all of us fans definitely would like that. Fittipaldo, baseline drive, loses his footing, but the foul's going to be called on DeLuque. There's the jumper from Fittipaldo before. The pass inside, and there's the corner jumper from Fittipaldo. That's how he's getting his scores away. His jump shot game is hot. 11 points, 4 from 8 from the field. Tenerife player showing his real quality. Fittipaldo will go to the line for 2 free throws when he stopped complaining to the officials about something. Interesting to see when the officials' patience eventually runs out with the players and the coaches talking so much. DeLuque will head to the bench now. Into the game comes Ibargüen. Fittipaldo hits the first of his 2. Angola now. Hands it off to Atencia. Colombian lead at 3. Make that at 5. Atencia with a smart move. Vidal looks to kick it back out to Rodriguez. The pass was a little bit off target. Still plenty of time on the shot clock though. Rodriguez floats to the bucket. Great offensive hustle there by Calfani. Didn't let that one die. Uruguay now within 4. Angola looking to back his way in, not this time. Throws it away instead. Vidal one-on-one with Atencia. Hands it back out. Now to Rodriguez. Rodriguez no good. And eventually Uruguay will slow things down. Pass inside to Batista. He's way too deep. There's no way that they can call down an offensive foul. He's in the restricted zone, surely. Let's see what the officials do when they discuss this one. Pretty sure he's clearly deep within the restricted area. Let's see how the officials call this one out. A technical foul has been called on Fittipaldo. Yeah, Fittipaldo's been whistled for a technical foul for his reaction. We're still to see whether the Batista offensive foul is upheld or whether the officials feel it's different. Three-point lead at the moment, 1:42 remaining in the first half. Has been a bit of a stop and start second quarter. Couple of referee reviews and technical fouls and sportsmanlike fouls and what have you that's just slowed down what was quite a fluid game in the first quarter, sorry. Let's have a look at the pass inside. You're not going to be able to see the feet, but he certainly looks to be, yeah, he's deep within the restricted area. I'm not sure how that can be a charging foul, unless they're claiming it was more an unsportsmanlike foul because it was so aggressive, but it didn't look it to me. I'll wait to see what the outcome of this one is. Looks like the fouls are going to remain as they are, so Fittipaldo comes out of the game. He looks like he's in some pain as well with his hand, his right hand or his wrist. Being told if he wants treatment, he'll have to head back, and he will. Atencia will go to the line for the technical free throw. Cabo has come in for Fittipaldo, who's headed out. It looks like they're going to uphold the offensive foul. Again, I'm sure I'm going to be proved wrong on this one. I'm sure the officials know the rules better than I, but it certainly didn't look like it could be an offensive foul. As we see Atencia head over to the bench for a timeout. Colombia at the moment lead by 4, 1:42 left in this second quarter. Let's try and jump into one of these huddles and see if we can hear what the coaching staff are saying. Okay, we're back on the floor, and Colombia will have possession after the timeout. So to clarify, the offensive foul stands true against Batista. Technical foul that was then called on Fittipaldo for Uruguay. That was the free throw that Atencia made. And now we will have Colombia with possession. 1:42 remaining in the first half. Colombia lead by 4, and what was a lovely, free-flowing, exciting first quarter and a much more stuttering second quarter with technical fouls and unsportsmanlike, some reviews and lots of things going on that's kind of taken the momentum out of the game somewhat. Atencio now. Oh, that's a tough fadeaway, and he gets it to go. Wow. Vidal can't play defense much closer than that. And when a player hits a shot of that difficulty, you kind of just have to give them a hat tip. Vidal looks to feed the low post. It's stolen away in between Atencio and Angola. They pull possession down for Colombia into the final minute of the half. Angola floats inside, tries to pass it off, does so, has to come back out. Shot clock down to 10. Atencia misses the shot, and ball is brought back the other way by Cabo. Rodriguez now waits for the screen from Calfani. Calfani's got the Rodriguez got the mismatch he wanted. Hands it off though to Cabo. Ooh, sweet little crossover. Vidal for 3. Not this time. Waxman is being fouled, I think, by Jackson. Being pulled backwards by his arm. That will send Waxman to the line for 2 free throws. Timeout has been called. 19.2 seconds remaining in this first half. Colombia lead by 6. Timeout's been called. We're going to see if we can jump back into the huddle and listen in to what the coaching staff are saying. Here's some of the replays. Angola certainly had another big game, maybe not as big as he had last night. 37 points is hard to replicate again, but He's played almost every second of the game again, and he's up to 9 points personal, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. Shooting percentage not so great, 2 from 7, as we see the replay of Fittipaldo going to the locker room with what looks like an injured hand. Shortly after he received his technical foul. Waxman now at the line for 2. Hits the first of his 2. And Uruguay have had the wind taken out their sails somewhat in today's game, as Colombia have come with a new level. They've taken their game to on both ends of the floor. Waxman misses the second, and Colombia will look to take the last shot of the first half. Angola being guarded by Rodriguez. Fact by Ubal. Shot goes up, no good, and that's going to be the buzzer to end the first half. And an interesting first half, there's no two ways about that. An exciting, energetic first quarter by a slightly more tempestuous second quarter has left us with a 5-point Colombian lead at the halfway stage. But beautifully poised for what could be a real battle in the second half, both physical and emotionally, because this is an important game for both these teams. In the first half, Colombia showed guile that they didn't really show in that first game. Leading the way was Hansel Atencia. He has 11 points, 2 rebounds and 2 steals to his name. Just behind him is Brian Angola with 9 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. At the other end of the floor for Uruguay, Fittipaldo, as last night, leads the way as Colombia lead at the half, 39-34. Here are your shooting percentages from that first half. Colombia struggling from outside. Uruguay living from outside. Colombia getting most of their points close to the basket or from the free throw line. Uruguay winning the rebounding battle, but Colombia increasing the pressure. 5 steals they've had today. They only had 8 in the entire game yesterday, so that shows an increase in intensity. Your leading scorers, as I said, Fittipaldo for Uruguay with 13, and Atencia has 11 for Colombia. So an exciting first half, if a little bit awkward at times. First quarter was certainly an enjoyable, free-flowing at times game. Although the second quarter was higher scoring, it seemed a lot more stuttery stop-start as we see some of the highlights from that first half of play. And both these teams haven't found their finest of form so far here today, but they have shown glimmers of it. Uruguay in a little bit of foul trouble. Fittipaldo, Batista and Ceres all on 3 fouls. How will that play out in the second half? At the halfway stage here in Buenos Aires, Colombia 39, Uruguay 34. Make sure you join me for all the second half action shortly.
carrying the expectations of an entire nation, representing your people and their dreams, the colorful faces in the streets, the screaming fans in the stands. It's time to make your move. All eyes on you, all hope, all heart. Because when you win for all.
In transition, put in by Gabriel Peralta. Here's the nice pass. Thread of the needle. Martinez Rojas. Scando, fresh into the game, tries to find some room and does a beautiful display of footwork to get to the far side.
Tough three, that was short. Rebound to Atencia. 3-on-1. Here's Atencia. Finds Angola. Lovely finish. Great. Behind the back feed from Atencia to Angola.
Transition. Bino. Take it right back at Paraguay and stretches the lead to 15.
Jump shot cooking. And look out. Big total. Sebastian Suarez. And a crushing dunk by Cristiano Palacio. That's how you run a fast break, straight line pass.
The discussions, opportunity to draw something up. Someone over results. He's going to get it now. Soho uses athleticism again. Well, he kind of got caught in the air, flipped it up, it's still good. With a Buenos Aires blockbuster. How about this from Barreiro? The 22-year-old center going in strong.
Just reaches out and taps it to his teammate, Benite. Benite again, good defense by Chile this time. The bottom one. Oh! That's crushing dunk by Bruno Caboclo.
We can go. Unity is not just a word here. It's not just a spirit in this sport. It's the way we all move. We are proud of our art, country, family, language, and culture. We are united by basketball.
Welcome to FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup 2022.
Welcome back to Buenos Aires for this World Cup qualifier between Uruguay and Colombia. And for Uruguay, the main man has been Bruno Fittipaldo. 13 points, 3 from 6 from outside, and he's just adding to the legend. Scored 31 yesterday in the prequel to today's game, and he's already up to 13 today, on target for another high-scoring game. However, he has 3 fouls, and that will be a concern for Coach Magnano. 3 of his stars do have 3 fouls, Celes, Batista, and Fittipaldo. How will Uruguay play with that? As for Colombia, Antencia is leading the way. He has 11 points, all of his damage being done going to the basket. Beautiful footwork, and he really is an advert for how important footwork is, particularly if you're undersized, such as Antencia, just 175 tall. Doesn't mean you can't score the ball in close to the basket, just means you have to be very good at what you do. And Hansel Antencia is certainly that. So at the halfway stage here in Buenos Aires, Colombia lead this one 39-34. Do bear in mind that these two teams met yesterday. Uruguay came away with the 83-75 win in that matchup. So to be down by 5 at the half today is unexpected. Atencia leads Colombia in scoring with 11 points. Trocha has had a good game with 4 rebounds. And Angola is not going to be forgotten. He has 3 assists to his name, but plenty of good performances throughout the roster for Colombia. Yesterday, they went heavily on Angola. He wasn't able to carry them all on his own. He had 37 points. I'm not sure you could have asked him to do much more. But today, we're seeing some of the supporting cast really stepping up and taking a starring role. No more so than Hansel Atencia, who's on your screen right now, having a big game. Only had 9 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists yesterday. So already scored more points today at the half than he did in the entire game yesterday. As for Uruguay, Fittipaldo leads them in scoring, but Batista has the most rebounds and the most assists, 5 boards and 4 assists for the veteran big man. But he too, like Fittipaldo, has 3 fouls. And they're going to have to manage that situation in the second half, because both of those players are critical to Uruguay and more than likely will be needed all the way through to the final buzzer if Uruguay are going to keep a perfect start to their World Cup qualification alive. Batista, 2 points only, but 5 rebounds, 4 assists. And you look at some of the stuff that doesn't show up on the box score that he does, drawing players in, setting big screens, getting in the mind of the other team. He's doing all those things consistently, and he's doing them again here today. We are under 3 minutes away from the start of the second half now, and both coaching teams will have worked hard in the locker room at the half-time. Coach Magnano there, probably more to do than his counterpart at the other end of the floor, Coach Moreno. He knows that Uruguay are further away from where they should be and their ability and what they should be putting out onto the floor than maybe Colombia are. That said, Colombia still have some room for improvement, that's for sure. Their percentages aren't perfect. Shooting just 19% from outside. They'll need to improve that. But at the moment, they'll be pleased. They weren't expected to win this game. They're certainly seen as an outside chance of qualifying for the World Cup, but there's no way that's going to stop half of these players, that's for sure. They'll come and bring it every game they can. And they know if they can make it through to the second round, then all bets are off for Colombia. You don't know how they'll perform. If they can get a run of games together, get some of their stars performing well as a unit, they can cause some upsets. Final coaching words filtering into the players' ears about what they need to do. And you have a feeling the first few minutes of this second half could be very, very important. Which team starts the strongest could dictate the flow of this third quarter and ultimately dictate who walks away with the win. I'm sure Coach Moreno is emphasizing that point, that his team can't come out of the blocks slowly in the second half. They can't be asleep from the locker room. They need to be fully back on the pace the moment the game starts. And Coach Magnano knows that energy and hustle and using the experience that his team has is going to be key to getting the win here today. Fives are back out onto the floor. Fittipaldo not returning for the start of the second half. The youngster Ubal will take his place. Ceres has come back on the floor. He has 3 fouls, but we've got 2 youngsters there in Rodriguez and Ubal. How big a part will he play, Angola, for Colombia if they're to win the game? You have a feeling he may be the key. Second half action underway here in Buenos Aires. World Cup qualification, game day 2. Colombia against Uruguay, and Colombia hold the 5-point lead at the half. Slightly against the form book. Here's the pass inside. Oh, unfortunately, Imbaguen blows his lines on that first possession. Rodriguez now comes back out to Calfani. Floats inside and gets the score. Strong start to the second half from Rodriguez. His first score of the game. Rojas now finds Atencia. Shot clock down to 10. Into Angola. Back inside. They go strong. Looking for the foul call. That's clearly what they're trying to do. Create more front court foul trouble for Uruguay. Can't get the score. Rodriguez, but he will head to the line for free throws. Foul's going to be called on Angola, and the young man is doing a job in the opening phases of this second half. He's frustrated that he didn't get the score. Probably should have gone to his other hand. Let's have a look. That's the score from the first time where he went right-handed. This time he tried to almost reverse scoop it with the left. Didn't pay off. Comes up short from the free throw line. Could see from his body language that was going to happen. The moment it left his hand, he wasn't happy with it. It's the second of his 2 free throws. Uruguay are within just 2 points now. Angola drives to the basket, tries to create space, nothing there. Trocha pulls up at the free throw line, has to come back out. Still 8 seconds on the shot clock. Atencia has got the mismatch he wanted against Calfani. Step back 3, in and out. Rebound off the fingertips of Trocha. Ubal with the rebound, hands it inside. There's the score, Calfani, and no real surprise with that scoring run for Uruguay. Coach Moreno is going to call a timeout, and that has gone perfectly to plan for Uruguay. 5-0 run to start the second half, and in the blink of an eye, the game is tied. Let's jump into the Colombia huddle, hear what Coach Moreno has to say.
Cualquiera que agarre el rebote, tiene una facultad de cualquiera que pueda tomar el rebote. Puede salir como uno y no estar buscando nada.
And this will be slightly worrying for Coach Moreno, watching Uruguay score with such ease. And you do wonder if Colombia over-focused at the other end and trying to draw fouls inside and create more foul trouble for Uruguay. They just stuck to their guns with how they've been playing in the first half. Offensively, it was fine. But defensively, they need to pick up the intensity. Atencia now being guarded by Ubal as he brings it up over the half. How will Colombia react? Angola uses the screen from Ibargüen. Drives inside, ball is now scrambling on the floor. Ibargüen gets the rebound and gets the score, and that's just pure strength from the big man. Waxman with the pick and roll. Maybe rolled a little early. Ubal looking to drive to the basket. Good defense by Atencia. Shot clock down to 4. Rodriguez from the logo. No joy. Rebound by Calfani into Waxman. It's going to remain Uruguay ball. Trocha really complaining hard at the official, saying it came off Waxman. Let's have a look at the call. Yeah, no, that's clearly off Waxman. That's not off Trocha at all. Officials missed that one. Celes inside. Gets the score. Uruguay tie the game up again. And you just feel like Uruguay are poised to really turn the screw and put the pressure on Colombia now. Angola inside loses the handle, and this is what I'm talking about. Angola's pulled up as well, injured. Hands it off, Waxman. Can't get the score, but will head to the free throw line. Angola was in pain. That's a worrying sight for Colombia. He's their main offensive threat. He's hobbling in the background as we see Waxman go strong to the basket. He's fouled, though, by Iberguen. Colombia will make the change as Angola heads over to the floor. He looks like he's in considerable pain as the physios do some work on him onto the knee, getting some ice on it. I'm sure Colombian fans everywhere are holding their breath right now. I hope that Angola can come back into the game. And that free throw Waxman gives Uruguay their first lead for a while. Just under 3 minutes gone here in the third quarter, and Uruguay have come out looking like the old Uruguay that we were expecting, that kind of disappeared for large swathes of that second quarter. Trocha now, being guarded by Calfani. Atencia comes back out. Shot clock down to 8. There's the lob pass inside. That's come off the foot of Iberguen. Let's have a look at the pass. Yeah, brings it down. It's knocked away, and it is off the leg of Iberguen. Calfani does fall on him, though, to be fair. You can see why they're slightly frustrated. But again, I don't think it's quite the foul that they think it is. Uruguay lead by 2. Can Coach Moreno get his team reassembled, get them settled, and get them back into the lead? Ubal now, waits for the Waxman screen. Waxman sets it and rolls. Shot clock to 6. Inside to Waxman. The help comes across. Ball goes back out. Celes can't get it away in time, and that's a smart play by Colombia. If you're struggling, work it from the defensive end. That's absolutely 101. Defense will help you build a foundation for your offense to grow from. And locking a team out for 24 seconds is always a good thing. Atencia now. Oh, nice little Euro step, goes with the right hand. Does all the hard work, but the finish is just not right. And the score is good. Angola is back in the game for Colombia. Doesn't look overly comfortable, looks to be a little bit ginger on that leg. Uruguay lead out to 4 now, though. Shot goes up from the outside. That one's short, and Uruguay is starting to run rampage on this game. Colombia need to lock things down. Hands it off, doesn't get the score. Trocha will get called for the foul, and Calfani will head to the free throw line. Just over 5.5 minutes remaining. You can see the Uruguayan players know that they've turned the tide on this game. And it's once again them that's at the steering wheel, the controls of the game. What a beautiful play. Now Calfani will be at the line. Comes up short. Neither team shot that well from the free throw line today. Third team foul of the quarter for Colombia. Uruguay yet to foul once in this quarter. This is both from the free throw line. Angola with the rebound. That's his fourth board of the game. Angola open for three, puts it up, rattles it home. Brings Colombia back to within one. That will settle some nerves. Just the second bucket that Colombia have scored here in the third quarter, and we're almost 5 minutes in. Rodriguez now. Got the mismatch, pulls up for the three. Puts a little bit too much sauce on that one. Colombia will grab the rebound. Angola almost gets the pass back to Trocha, but Calfani is there to intercept. Here's the three from the top. As Angola, after he looked like he might be injured and in pain, a little bit of ice and he's back on the floor. Trocha now. Hands it off to Angola. Pick and roll at the top. Angola's trying to go the long way round. Calfani steps in front of him. It's the right call by the official. Easy one to call. No complaints from Coach Magnano, who is right on top of the play. Only Calfano's second foul. So Calfani can afford to give that one away. Atencia doesn't take the shot. Wow, that's a smart play. Rattles home the two. That's a brilliant play from Hansel Atencia. Real display of some supreme young guards here in this game today with Ubal and Atencia and Rodriguez. It's great to see. Offensive foul is going to be called. Ubal did not wait for Waxman's screen to be set fully. That's when a guard throws your big under the bus, really. Here's the play from Atencia. So simple. Just the fake to create the space he needs. And Colombia lead by one again. Trocha now to Angola. Plenty of time on the shot clock for them to play with. Atencia, nice change of direction, puts it inside. Shot goes up and is good this time from Iberguen. And Colombia's lead is extended to 3 with a little over 4 minutes to play here in the third. Ubal brings it up over the half. Waxman sets the screen and rolls away. Shot clock down to 10. Nice pass inside. Waxman's got the easy catch and score off the glass. And it really does feel like we're starting to enter a bit of a seesaw phase in the game. Both teams just trading baskets, neither team dominating proceedings. Rojas feeds the low post, comes back out to Trocha though. Trocha a little bit heavy-handed, could have seen that from the release. Put too much on that one. Pick and roll game, so important for Uruguay. Ubal now's got the mismatch he wants. Good defense from Iberguen, but better offense from Ubal, and he gets the shot over the top of the outstretched arm. Gets it to drop. And once again, Uruguay will take the lead. 6 points for Ubal now. Angola turns back into the screen. That is a tough shot. No good. Ubal with the rebound. He'll throw himself on the floor with some histrionics. Very over the top from the young guard. But he has earned the foul. And Colombia are now in the penalty. Certainly making the most of that one. I think if he watches the replay of that, he might be slightly embarrassed. Which is a shame, because he certainly can play the game. What a great shot that was. Just that little half step back almost, not a full pushback but enough to be able to get a quick release, and still had Iberguin in his face, but the arc was high enough to get the score. Ubal for 3. Oh, not a prettiest of shots. That's come off Ceres, and that will be Colombia ball. Yeah, that's the right call. Not sure why Ceres is wagging his finger. He really doesn't want that to go to replay because it came off him. Coach Moreno can mastermind a win here for Colombia today. That would be huge as the youngster Ubal heads to the bench. Cabo comes back in. Rojas is fouled. Wait to see who that one's called on. I'm not sure if it's on Rodriguez or Cabo. Cabo it is. Angola now with possession. Ball back to Angola, he steps inside, nice pass to the side, shot goes up, no good, rebound is going to be battled hard. That's a tough play, my goodness me. DeLuque flying out of bounds to save possession. They get another offensive rebound, and it falls out into the hands of Rojas. Angola's got time, Atencia now. What hustle and heart from Colombia in that phase of play. Atencia, mid-range 2, gets it away in time. Rebound eventually falls into the hands of Calfani. Now to Rodriguez, there's the loop. Oh, rejected by Angola. Rodriguez for 3, no good. Atencia with the rebound. That's just hustle on show from Colombia right now. We have a player injured on the floor. DeLuque, let's have a look at the replay. Oh my goodness me, clatters into the chairs. That's not going to stop him. He got back on the floor, and here's the huge swat, slaps it off the glass, bangs his hand on the World Cup logo. What a play, what recovery from Angola as Calfani clatters into the courtside cameraman. DeLuque does not look like he's in a good place right now. He's going to hobble off. I presume that's from his trip into the chairs off the baseline. How much heart does that take just to give yourself up for that possession? Looks like a right knee that he's done some damage to as he grimaces. 1:20 now left in the third quarter. Angola with Atencia. Atencia spin move inside, loses the handle though, a little bit too quick for himself as we see Cabo now bring it back over the half. Haven't seen Vidal, Batista or Fittipaldo in this third quarter yet, and that one's just thrown straight away as Waxman was locked out. A little bit over keen from Rodriguez. And that could be a smart play by Coach Magnano. Those players were in foul trouble. Fittipaldo might still be injured and might not come out at all. But he's rested some of his key players for the final quarter, given some of the youngsters a run, and they've certainly held their own. In fact, they brought Uruguay back into the lead. Trocha now hands it off to Angola. He's in the corner. Takes a little shot in the face. We'll put the shot up, though, from that corner. And the rebound cannot be won by Iberguin. It falls into the hands of Cabo. Waxman. Back to Metzger. Metzger's going to hand it off. Foul's going to be called on. I think it's on Bacci. There's certainly going to be some tired bodies at the end of this one. Quite a few niggling little injuries been picked up. I think Angola got a finger to the eye on that last play. He's pointing out to the officials, asking how it's not a foul. He'll have to head out and receive some treatment. 16.6 seconds to go. Oh yeah, finger right in the eye from Metzger. That's going to be sore. Cabo now at the line though, hits the first of his two. Doubles Uruguay's lead out to 2 points now. Certainly a better quarter for Uruguay here in the third than they had in the second. Jackson brings it through into the corner, wide open, too heavy though. Waxman comes away with it, and that's poor time management by Uruguay. Cabo. I think they've called an offensive foul. If two Uruguayan players are surrounding the official, not happy with the call. Cabo called for the offensive foul. 4.3 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Let's have a look at the replay. Let's have a look at the footwork from Atencia. Is he stationary is the question. Tough to see even in the slow-mo, let alone in real time that the refs have to deal with. Yeah, that could go either way for me, but I'm glad I'm not the one with the whistle, that's for sure. Shot goes up. Is no good, and that will be the end of the third quarter here in Buenos Aires. World Cup qualifier between Colombia and Uruguay. 30 minutes down, 10 minutes to go. Colombia trail this one, 48-51 against Uruguay. There are your shooting stats for the game so far. And here are your best plays from that third quarter, and definitely a third quarter where Uruguay were dominant, holding Colombia to just 9 points in that quarter. They scored 17 of their own, and that's how they were able to switch around and take the lead themselves. The game continues to be a physical affair. Plenty of contact in this one. Certainly not an easy one for the officials to referee, but a different type of basketball for us to enjoy. The neutrals here amongst us. As both teams put it on the floor, that's for sure. For Uruguay, Fittipaldo still their top leader as they lent on some of the juniors in that third quarter. Ubal came out, he's up to 6 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Rodriguez had a hot start, he's now at 5 points and 3 rebounds. As for Colombia, their leading scorer is Atencia. He has 13 points, 3 rebounds. Angola has 12 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal and a block. He's made sure that he's got marks on all of the columns. And there was a reminder. Make sure you download the World Cup app if you want to get your hands on the box score in real time as the game progresses. Final instructions from both coaching teams. Uruguay lead by 3 as we enter the floor for the final 10 minutes. Do Colombia have it in the fuel tank? Is there some spare for them to come back on and once again force themselves into the lead? Remember, this is a replay of yesterday's game, game 1. Both these teams went head to head, and Uruguay came away with the 8-point win. Fourth quarter action underway here in Buenos Aires. 1 quarter remaining. Uruguay lead by 3, and the final quarter opens up with a foul call on Colombia. Ceres drawing the foul. Almanza, the guilty man. Cabo now hands it off to Waxman. And Metzger will hand it back to Cabo. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Rodriguez now is going to use the screen. Fakes the shot. Waxman's going to have to do something. He's going to hand it off to Cabo, and he's going to have just enough time to sneak down the lane and get the score off the glass. Wow, what an advert for patient offense that was, using every last ounce of time that they had Atencia now. Nice crossover to create the space. Little sideways step off the dribble for the jumper. And Atencia is feeling it. He's up to 15 points now, shooting 6 from 12 from the field. Sorry, 6 from 13 from the field. Cabo. Oh, is it stolen away? No, Rodriguez manages to just about hold on to it. Goes to the bucket and is fouled hard by Iberguen. Rodriguez back to his feet. He seems okay. A poke in the eye and he'll head to the free throw line. Let's have a look. It was a tough foul, to be fair. Yeah, elbow across the face. Thankfully, he was able to turn his face away, so kind of deflected the blow somewhat. And that's good sportsmanship from Andre Iberguen. Just checking he's okay. I think the officials are going to go and review this one. See if it's an unsportsmanlike foul or not. Here's the replay that the officials are looking at. It does look like he swings for the ball, but is it unnecessary force? That's what they'll be looking at. They'll be trying to understand whether they think it's an unsportsmanlike foul. Rodriguez got back to his feet relatively quickly, which is always good to see when you see a tough foul. He's ready to shoot the free throws. Let's see what the officials think with regards to this. They've seen the replays. Cameras have given some really good angles of that play. And it's down to the officials to make their decision on whether they think it's unsportsmanlike or not. I think we're going to watch another replay. Yep, here comes Rodriguez. Iberguen comes across to try and block it and brings his left arm down pretty hard. Let's see what the officials say. Yep, they're going to give it as an unsportsmanlike foul. That will send Rodriguez to the line for 2 shots, and Uruguay will take possession. Rodriguez is standing there ready to go as we see Cabo head to the bench. It's the first of his 2, and these are critical points for Uruguay. Any form of safety margin they can get between themselves and Colombia is huge right now. Great job from Rodriguez. And that'll be sideline possession for Uruguay. Rodriguez will go across to inbound it. 5-point lead for Uruguay. A little over a minute gone in this final quarter. Rodriguez trying to shake his defender. As we see Iberguen going for the steal. It's a brick off the glass as the shot clock expires. Almanza puts the Jets on but has to slow it down, or does he? There's the pass inside and it's stolen away. Ubal this time going up against Atencia, gets the score. And Uruguay have their biggest lead for a long while. 7 points now. Colombia against the ropes. Uruguay going for the knockout blow. Can Colombia recompose, fight a way back in? Atencia goes up and under, no good. Rebound by Trocha behind the back. That's a tough pass at that point. And the score is good for Luis Almanza. Important for Colombia there to get a score on the board, just stop the rot a little bit. Put a little bit of a break on Uruguayan resurgence. Rodriguez, that's going to be a travel. Took a huge step before he put the ball down. I think we're going to see our 19th replay of the unsportsmanlike foul from Ibargüen. Atencia now. Doesn't use the screen first time, he does the second time. Got the space, he's a long way out though, no good. Ibargüen with the rebound and the score. The man mountain that is Andre Ibargüen doing a great job. He's up to 8 points along with 5 rebounds now. Waxman. Oh, that's a big score at a critical time from Cabo. Uruguay's lead back out to 6. The pass inside, comes back out. Trocha, he comes up short. Oh, falls fortuitously straight into the hands of Waxman. Ubal tries to go inside. That's a poor decision. Angola back the other way, and he'll get the score. Uruguay's lead trimmed back down to 4, and that was a rash decision from Ubal. He didn't need to push the tempo that way. Didn't have the advantage, and that was clear on the outcome of that play. Ubal, little hesitation, drives inside, hands it off. Waxman is fouled. He'll head to the free throw line. Ibargüen is going to get called for the foul. Calfani about to check back in for Uruguay. There's the big shot from Cabo. Calfani coming in as Waxman will head to the free throw line. 5 points and 6 rebounds so far for Kirill Waxman this evening. Similar to what he had yesterday, he had 6.6 rebounds in yesterday's game. And Uruguay looking good from the free throw line at the business end of the game. They're up by 6, and there's 6 minutes left to play. Luque goes inside, Jackson goes strong. Calfani says he knocks it out. After a bit of moaning, accepts the decision. Atencia puts it into Luque now. Foul's going to be called on the baseline. I think Cabo's going to get whistled for that one. It's interesting that we've not seen Batista or Vidal in the game since the second quarter. If they are intending to lean on them, they're going to be coming back into the game pretty cold. Catch and shoot for Trocha. No good. Rebound battle is won by Waxman again. He's up to 8 rebounds now. Cabo comes back out to Waxman. Cabo for 3. Oh, that's a big shot. He really has come to play. Takes his personal tally up to 10. And really has turned up when he's been needed today. Traveling violation. I'm surprised it took that long. To be fair, he looked like he skipped his feet a couple of times. Luque. 9-point lead for Uruguay now. Yeah, just loses his footing after a little skip. Cabo pumping both feet. And Coach Magnano doing some officiating from the side. There's the 3 from Cabo. And he has turned up when his team needs him. And it means a lot to him. Some of the bigger names currently sitting on the bench. He's certainly making his name for himself here today. Sometimes sits in the shadows of some of the other players, but he's in full limelight right now. Calfani for three. Oh, that is a big phase of play for Uruguay. And Ubal jumps into the arms of Calfani. And that pushes them further away from Colombia. Out to a 12-point lead. Calfani up to 7 points. Timeout called by Moreno. As we're into the final 5 minutes of the game, what can Coach Moreno do? Let's jump into his huddle, see what he has to say.
Vos estás jugando de dos. Vos vas a estar acá, el 3 va a estar acá. El 1 va a terminar, por ejemplo, de tu lado.
Jump switch en la dirección que él trae. Hey, en el ataque, vamos a ir en esquina. Hey, corner completa. No nos vamos a desesperar. Corner completa hasta que la pelota la trasladen hasta el otro lado. Un reverse y vamos otra vez para la que viene.
5 minutos. Ve acá, ve acá.
Coach Guillermo Moreno will have to pull a rabbit out of the hat for this one. Uruguay have been very, very impressive in the third and now the fourth quarter. They outscored Colombia 17-9 in the third quarter. And unbelievably, in the first 5 minutes of this final quarter, they've outscored them 17-8 already. Potentially a 30-plus point quarter for Uruguay. And a lot of credit has to go to the veteran guard, Cabo. 2 big threes in this quarter. And Calfani joining in on the action there with a 3 as well. And now they're up by 12. Angola floats to the basket, but a foul's on the floor. Cabo's going to get whistled for that one. Angola now. Inbounds it to Almanza. And hands it off to Atencio. Shot clock already down to 6 though. Atencio, little step to the side, gets the jumper away, but no good. We see Ceres flying high to pull the rebound down. Ubal now, hands it off to Waxman. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Calfani trying to get to the bucket, can't. Passes it back out to Waxman, who gets the shot away. And gets the score. Everything is going the way of the men in blue right now. They're up to a 14-point lead, and we've only got 4 minutes remaining. They can sense a perfect 2-0 start to their campaign. Isn't far away. Almanza with the jumper. He puts the air ball up. Waxman with another rebound. That's rebound number 8 for him. Almost stolen away, but couldn't quite hold on to it. So Uruguay will maintain possession. Waxman 1 point and 2 rebounds away from his double-double. His performance certainly would deserve a badge of honor like that. He's coming and put in a shift, with Batista spending a lot of time on the bench, particularly in this second half. Foul's going to be called, I think, on Angola as he tries to chase over the screen. That's the 3rd foul on Colombia. 3rd foul on Angola as well. In fact, 4th foul Colombia. Now in the penalty. And Uruguay have been very deadly from the free throw line in this second half so far. Ubal's got the mismatch he wants again against Iberguen. Moves it across. The shot's a bit flat, but Waxman gets the rebound number 9 and points number 10 and 11. Just 1 rebound away from his double-double. Almanza to Angola. Angola slides to the basket, draws the foul, gets the score. We'll head to the free throw line for the bonus shot as well. That's a strong play from Angola. 16 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. A little bit short of his 37 that he put up yesterday, but it's been a better team performance from Colombia. They've just struggled in this second half. They looked great in the second quarter. And then Uruguay just found another gear in the third and fourth. Uruguay's lead is at 13. With 3 minutes to play. Well, a little under now. Ubal drives to the basket against Atencia. A couple of double pumps, nothing there. And Colombia will come away with it. Jackson with a little shake, drives inside and is fouled. He'll go to the line for 2 shots. Cabo called for the foul. That's his 5th foul and will send him out of the game. Great performance from Cabo. Really one of the keys to Uruguay's resurgence in the third quarter and the fourth quarter. Done a phenomenal job, the veteran guard. Will go down as one of the reasons they've won this one, if they can hold on for the next 2 minutes and 38. Jackson at the line for his second. Splits the free throws, missing the first, hitting the second. Uruguay's lead cut to 12. Although an outside chance, Colombia still do have a chance in this game. Ubal into the corner. Calfane goes too strong. The defense is there to meet them. Trocha can't hold on to it. And that's good work by Rodriguez in the transition defense. They'll slow it down, and time management is key for Uruguay now. They just want to run the clock down, take good shots still, but very late in the shot clock shots. Ubal, shot clock down to 8. They'll need to move with it now. Rodriguez creates the lane, goes strong and gets the score, and that is exactly what Coach Magnano wants to see. That's a smart veteran play from a young man, Atencio. Has to go to Jackson on the wing. Jackson floats inside, hands it off, and Trocha gets a score. And he's a player that started well, but has kind of disappeared in the second half. Here's a replay of the little crossover from Rodriguez and a soft touch off the glass for the 2. Colombia back to within 12. And they'll have possession. Timeout's been called. 1:38 remaining. Uruguay lead by 12. Still a chance, a very slim chance, but still a chance for Colombia to get back in and take the win. Coach Moreno will have to call out every last second of experience he's got to get them across the line on this one, though. Let's dive into the huddle and see if we can listen into the timeout. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and Uruguay will certainly come away from this game feeling stronger. They got put under a huge amount of pressure by Colombia in that second quarter. Defensive plays like that from Angola, and DeLuque throwing himself into the chairs for a possession. They certainly put Uruguay under pressure, but if Uruguay can come away with the win here, 1:38 to play, a 12-point lead for Uruguay, so the odds are certainly in their favor that they're going to take the win. Atencia now. Imbaguen sets the screen. Atencia hands it off. Trocha for three. That's off left. Rebound falls into the hands of Ubal. He gets clattered by Trocha. Foul's called. Ubal will head to the free throw line. And the Colombian players are complaining to the officials. Trocha picks up his third foul. Uruguay walk the full length of the floor to take the free throws at the other end. It's the first. Not sure that one's going to count though. I think the officials are quite ready. There were some subs happening. Beautiful form from Ubal, a Barcelona junior product. Back at the line for the second. It's the second as well. Takes his tally up to 11, alongside 5 rebounds and 5 assists. Atencia now drives strong against Ubal, draws the body contact and gets the score. You have a feeling that was Atencia saying, hey, hey, don't forget about me. I'm a future star as well, and he certainly is. Rodriguez now brings it back out as Colombia are forced to chase. Waxman looks to hand it off. It's going to be stolen away, and it is by Bacci. Atencia steps to the side, puts the three up, nails the three, and the lead is down to 10. 52.7 seconds remaining. Ubal now hands it off to Rodriguez. They've got to chase as hard as they can. They can't really afford to foul. Got to look to steal, and they've stolen again. Colombia bring it back the other way. Atencia for another three. Too heavy this time. That's surely going to be too much. Into the final 30 seconds. Ubal throws the lob. Foul's going to be called, and the score is good. What a bad decision by Bacci. I don't know why Colombia has stopped playing defense. The points difference can play an impact. The last thing they want is to think they turn their heads off for the last 30 seconds of a game. Gave up 4, 5, 6 points to Uruguay and come back to haunt them later in the qualification process. There's the foul by Bacci. And Ceres will head to the line for free throws. Misses the bonus from the free throw line. About a 4-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Colombia still going to it though. Angola looking to get the score to try and limit the damage. 11-point lead for Uruguay right now. Goes inside, foul called, doesn't get the score. But Ceres will head to the line again, 10.2 seconds remaining. Ceres hits the first of his 2 free throws. And the second. Atencia brings it up over the half. He's going to go to the bucket to try and get the score. Does so on the reverse layup. Rodriguez will come back the other way. 3 seconds to go. It will be finished with a two-handed flush for Ceres. A nice way for Uruguay to finish the game off. And what a game we've had. Certainly an interesting encounter between 2 of the elder statesmen of basketball, Coach Magnano and Coach Morena. And Ceres finishes it with the two-handed flush. A big game, and Uruguay will leave the first qualification window unbeaten, because the final score here in Buenos Aires is Colombia 69, Uruguay 82. What a wonderful game we've had here in Buenos Aires. Both these teams putting on a show for us, at times physical, a little bit broken in play, but after Colombia had an exceptionally strong second quarter, you have to give a huge amount of respect for this Uruguay roster. They came out in the third quarter and the fourth quarter, lent on some young players in the form of Ubal and Rodriguez. Maybe one of the unsung heroes as well. Cabo came in and got the job done, kept Uruguay's unbeaten start to their qualification campaign alive, whilst Vidal, Batista, Fittipaldo, the household names of Uruguayan basketball, were not present on the floor. Here's your shooting percentages. Colombia struggling from three today. That hurt them. Uruguay shooting well across the board. Struggled a little bit from the free throw line. They also dominated the rebounding battle and played some great team basketball once again. 19 assists for their 82 points. Top scorer in the game, Atencia with 22, Angola 17, Trocha with 9 for Colombia. Fittipaldo, even though he didn't play the second half, leads the scoring for Uruguay with 13. Waxman had 11. Here are the big plays of the second half for you to enjoy. And it really was a tale of two halves, this game, both in the style and who was in control, as well as which players we saw on the floor for Uruguay. We saw Batista, Fittipaldo, Vidal play the majority of the first half before Coach Magnano lent on his juniors in the second half, ending up with this 13-point win and a very impressive performance from some of the unexpected players. 5 players ended in double digits for Uruguay. They were led by Fittipaldo. He scored 13 points in just 15 minutes of action. Just behind him was Kirill Waxman, who had 11 points, 10 rebounds. He got his double-double, along with 4 assists as well. And then 3 players had 10 points. Ceres with 10, Ubal with 10, and Cabo with 10 as well. A big team effort from Uruguay. For Colombia on the other side of things, Atencia led the way with 22 points and 3 rebounds, as well as 3 steals. Just behind him, the only other player in double digits was Angola. He had 17 points, 6 boards, 3 assists, 1 steal and 1 block. But it wasn't enough. They didn't quite get it across the line. They led at the half, but then an unbelievable offensive effort from Uruguay was sparked. Colombia only scored 9 in the third. In fact, they were outscored 48-30 in that second half. And that has seen Uruguay go top of the table for now, at least, here in Group B in the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2023 America's qualification zone. And what a game we've had here today. Here's the table as it stands. As you see, Uruguay go top for now. Brazil could go above them if they beat Chile again this evening. But what a game we've had here. Uruguay really reaffirming why they are one of the big names in basketball in the Americas and why potentially they are making a step closer to appearing at their first World Cup since 1986. They've got the job done here. A team ethos has won Uruguay the game. The final score here in Buenos Aires is Colombia 69, Uruguay 82. Thank you so much for joining me.
¿Vamos en español? avísame y la hacemos en vivo. Yo te aviso.
Va en vivo, va en español, ¿eh?
Ok.
¿Sí?
Cuando quieras, va en español, Perfecto.
Cuando quiera.
Bueno, buenas tardes, felicitaciones por el partido. Tuvieron una primera mitad un poquito más complicada con Colombia con mayor protagonismo, lo lograron dar vuelta. ¿Cómo lo viste vos? ¿Qué puedes contarnos?
Bueno, buenas tardes primero para todos. Sí, la verdad que hoy se vio un partido más físico, con más, digamos, que sacaron la ventaja con más detalle, ¿no? Creo que nosotros al primer tiempo se nos fue la cabeza el tema de lo que fue lo físico que estaba haciendo el partido, dejamos que eso se nos meta en la cabeza, nos malhumore y cometimos muchos errores y por momentos parecía que Colombia iba a 10 puntos arriba y tan solo iba a 3 puntos. Y creo que eso fue la clave, darnos cuenta de eso fue la clave para salir al segundo tiempo de una manera totalmente diferente y poder aprovechar esas desventajas que nos dejaban corriendo la cancha para sacar una ventaja a nosotros y terminar ganando.
Bien, también tuvieron un cambio en el equipo, de hecho vos ayer no estuviste, tienen un equipo con también muchos jugadores jóvenes. ¿Cuál crees que es el valor de tener quizás esas variantes para Uruguay?
Creo que el valor fue ganar hoy, porque faltaron muchos jugadores importantes, Jason, Vescovi, Parodi, hay muchos jugadores que estuvieron, que son muy importantes para nosotros y no están. Hoy Fittipaldo pudo jugar 15 minutos, si es que llegó a jugar 15 minutos y tuvo que salir. Y creo que lo que demostramos es que todos estamos por un objetivo y todos creemos en Uruguay y no en lo individual. Sabemos que tenemos grandes jugadores y grandes estrellas, digamos, dentro del equipo, pero para nosotros lo más importante es el equipo y tratar de que cada uno en su función sume. Hoy se vio eso, hoy entraron jugadores que quizás ayer no tuvieron tanto protagonismo, entré yo a la rotación, entraron varios jugadores y pudimos darle algo diferente al equipo cuando el equipo lo necesitaba.
Bien, muchísimas gracias, felicitaciones.
Bueno, muchas gracias.
Gracias. ¿Puede ser en inglés?
No, en español si querés, en español.
Inglés. Debemos. Okay, congratulations for this game. What can you tell us about it? At the beginning it was a bit tough for you, but then you find the clue to give it away.
Well, we are very happy because we make our goal that take the 2 games, and the second game was more tough than the first, and